I am making a happy, excited video for you today. Now, it's pre-planning, but I did say that I need to balance myself out with more construction plans instead of talking too much about the things that I've just destroyed or overcome. So let me show you. Okay, as you can see, I just got home from Home Depot. I got these. These are, can you see that? Yeah. These are electrical pipes. And so what I'm going to do is take these outlets and put those plastic outdoor boxes on there. And then I take the pipe, run a wire up to the ceiling. And I'm going to do that on both sides because it's very dark in here since I took the windows out. And so I've got some extra switch cords so I can take light fixtures and put a switch on it instead of having to go through the white light switch that's on the wall. And so that's what I'm going to do here, and possibly over there. And I'm going to make it extremely bright. I don't know what kind of lights that I'm going to decide to put in here, but it needs to be bright lights. Maybe colorful ones. I'm not sure. But that's one of the next plans. And the other thing I did was pick up some more plywood, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Okay, and this is partially for my faith in Ren coming to visit or stay. He says stay, stay, stay. Okay, so I'm we talked about what you do. Okay, no Pippi. Now here you see, you can see the back wall back there, okay? The organ's in there, and I've got all my kitchen stuff. This is mostly, stop, Pippi, stop! This is mostly, stop it! It's mostly kitchen stuff there. I'm gonna pick him up. Okay, there you go. That's mostly kitchen stuff for when I took all the cabinets down and moved them to the garage so I could organize my tools. Y'all quit. I'm going to go out in the garage and finish this discussion. Okay, this is my excitement, and I happened to click on one video with Ren talking about what do you do when you're in the middle of working on something and then you have an urge to start a little bit of work in another area. Well, I'll tell you what, the way I like to do things. Where does the urge come from when you're in the middle of something and you're like, okay, I'm really excited about this other idea I just thought of, and I feel like I have to do it right now. And then when you do jump on that method of like, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. You know, when I do that, a lot of times better work comes out of myself. And then when it's like, you know, days when you don't feel like getting out as much, and then you can do more fine-tuning work. But in my opinion, like, why not put that energy into the urges? Because like if it makes you happy, if all of it has to be done anyways to complete the whole thing as a whole integrated thing, and you live alone, there's nobody that's going to be bothered by what you're doing, why not do it the way that you want to do it? That's freedom, right? And you're expending your energy in a way that makes you feel excited instead of like forcing yourself to do something that you're not totally into at the moment. And so that's my plan. So that back wall I picked up that you saw in that other room, I picked up some plywood. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to get that put up against the wall, but I'm thinking about putting trim that comes out on the side all the way across so I can have long totally up and down long cabinets that cover the whole entire wall. And so that's what I'm going to try and think of. And then I'm going to get all of that stuff off the floor. And then as I continue to think through those things, I can have all of that stuff out of my way so I can do my flooring across all the way to the gym. Now, does that technique make sense? It doesn't really matter if it makes sense to somebody else if that's the way that I feel like I need to do it. Like I said, a lot of these things I am a first timer about, and I'm going to like focus on doling out my energy in the way that I think it needs to be. So that's the excitement video I'm doing today. I battled with that on my walk. I don't guess I battled with it, but I tried to be like, what is an adult responsible thing to do? To go ahead and finish the gym room, or go ahead and do these other extra little things that I feel like are important without, because like and it will, obviously you saw what my choice was, but like I'm trying to remind myself of all the habits that I've gone back and reminded myself of the importance of. I had to go back and do the gym and, well, start working out again, and I got a little bit more gym equipment, but I'm doing that consistently every day. And instead of like what I was doing before, was trying to work from dawn till dusk doing construction projects. I don't know if I like the word projects, but construction jobs, and then telling myself I would get back to exercise later, which that is not a good habit to do. So I reconstructed my thoughts and said, doesn't matter what's finished right now. You don't want to be losing your strength or your endurance because you're trying to hurry up and get to the finish of it. So you're gonna incorporate your exercise now into what you're doing. So I've done that. And I did that same thing with getting my oven back out of that room and starting to cook more for myself, and taking care of the garden daily. And all these little things are adding up as consistent part of my daily habits. And so even though I am living under construction, I think I'm making good choices. So there's my what would you call it? My claim for what my methods are. Now, I'm not recommending my methods to anybody because I don't know how anybody else functions, but I know how I function, and I know that I work 10 times better when I'm in the place of excitement. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about the urge to do things. Now, as far as like thinking about, you know, Ren coming in the house and how fast I'm moving, that's another thing that I'm not getting. I decided like he can come whenever he wants to, no matter what condition the house is in, and we can work together and do get to know each other, or because I am not going to be sacrificing my days and turning them into misery because I'm trying to hurry up so that I can get someone over to my house. I'm going to enjoy each day. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to continue to talk to him, and I'm going to continue to figure out, what feels good to myself and what I think is important, and describe my methods. So there it is for today. I love you, baby. Babykins. Success. Success. Success.